When the alarm sounds, either you or your partner must input the code. It is highly recommended that you and your partner take alternate.
The first mystery of the island was when all of a sudden the trees were moving and our characters heard a noise and they're wondering what the heck is going on out there.
The first question is, what does that thing look like? Is it a dinosaur? Is the monster man-made? We don't know. Does the monster have some sort of ability to judge you?
And this show has never really offered up what I would call Christian Judeo judgment in terms of there's a deity. It's always about self-judgment.
Locke passed it the first time he saw it, but then later on, the monster grabbed him and tried to pull him into a hole. And then what does it do with that judgment is a very sort of interesting question as we move forward on the show.
Did you see it, Kate? Then I guess we're both crazy.
And the idea that the smoke monster was pulling Locke down into the ground, you're intuiting that it was its intention to kill him, but that might not be actually what its intention was. What we were trying to illustrate in that episode about what the smoke monster's intention was is that Locke was about to give this big speech on how he thought everything was happening for a reason, based on this idea that he looked into the eye of the island and the island was beautiful. What if that same thing that he thought of as beautiful turned on him?
Do you want to know what he was thinking while you choked the life out of him, Benjamin?
Here's your sign.
I don't understand. I don't understand. What the last thought that ran through his head was? I don't understand.
That it shows you how limited, you know, the Man in Black's imagination is. He's like, let's see, I can be anything I want to.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with Yemi.
Or Kate's horse?
Or Kate's horse. Well, I'm not sure Kate's horse was the Man in Black, unless he just wanted Kate to ride him. But anything's possible. Can I say that?
Yes,
I could
you
say
can.
that. Yeah.
I think it's worth speculating about. I'm not convinced that the Kate's horse was not the Man in Black.
You're going to say the name, and I say monster, apparition, or
human,
or
dead,
human.
Whatever,
okay.
whatever. It's significance.
It's
Okay?
just
So,
word association.
Word association.
Okay.
Ben's mother, Emily.
Apparition.
The wild boar of Sawyer.
Animal.
Spider that paralyzed Nikki.
Monster.
Bird of Hurley.
Oh, I'm not going to comment on that.
Dave.
Figment of imagination / apparition.
Okay. Yemi.
Monster.
Saeed Mikhail's cat. Nadia.
Wait.
The cat.
The cat.
The cat was named Nadia.
Oh, animal. And coincidence.
Walt.
Walt, the person, is a person. But there are apparitions of Walt that may not be Walt, and also monster related.
Excellent. Kate's horse.
We have this. This is actually a funny story. We have this board in the room with all in the writers' room with all the actors who are on the show, and then there's a door that says undead. Yeah. And on the undead door, there's only 3 pictures. One of them is
Christian Shepherd.
One of them is Christian Shepherd. One of them is Yemi, and the other one is
Kate's horse.
Kate's horse. Just a picture of a horse.
So Kate's horse is
undead.
Okay, thank you. That was good. Very well done.
Now, we've seen what it looks like on several occasions. It's this sort of column of mysterious black smoke. This season, when the monster experiences Juliet, we see several flashes, almost as if it's taking pictures of her. Is the monster a manifestation of the island? We don't know. We do know that when it looks at you, it seems to be able to process certain memories that you may have had.
And some memories can become quite real.
We have learned that the island is capable of these apparitions. You know, Jack can see his dead father. Walt, who is off, in some other place, mysteriously appears for Shannon and Saeed. Kate sees a horse that was part of her past. All these characters are sort of seeking redemption. for misdeeds of their past. We were always searching for this idea of like, how do we make the flashback and the present day story have resonance, thematic resonance? So if Sawyer is going to go off and kill a boar on the island, then how does that relate to a flashback story about his, hunt for the person who's responsible for his parents' death?
Because, John, I gotta tell you, signs and dreams and...
Who's Teresa?
Teresa falls down the stairs. Teresa falls up the stairs.
What? Teresa falls up the stairs, Teresa falls down the stairs. You were saying that in the dream.
How would you know about that?
I don't know, Boone, but we're supposed to go to this place. We're supposed to find that plane. Will you come with me?
Go on in there and figure out if you're a farmer or a hunter.
So which are you, John?
I could have saved him. You can still protect them. After all, you are a hunter, John.
You're a farmer.
Nope. Not a farmer. I was a hunter. Say something? He's awake. Echo.
Lost is not about finding hatches, it's a character show. And the very first thing we always ask is, what does a character want?
Is this the magic box?
No, John, it's not. What if I told you that somewhere on this island, there's a very large box, and whatever you imagined, whatever you wanted to be in it, when you opened that box, there it would be.
Now, I was looking at this, it was in my office.
What would you say about that, John?
And I was thinking, why have I not opened this? And why have I kept it? I started thinking, why haven't I opened it? And I realized that I haven't opened it because it represents infinite possibility. It represents hope. It represents potential. And what I love about this box, and what I realized I sort of do in whatever it is that I do, is I find myself drawn to infinite possibility and that sense of potential. And I realize that mystery is the catalyst for imagination. Mystery in terms of imagination, the withholding of information.
Do you know what I'm looking for, Mrs. Whitmore?
I don't know why you're looking for anything. You have the perfect life. On top of it, you've managed to attain the thing you've wanted more than anything. My husband's approval.
And then finally, there's this idea, and stretching the sort of paradigm a little bit, but the idea of the mystery box, meaning what you think you're getting, than what you're really getting. And it's true in so many movies and stories. I mean, you look at E.T., for example. E.T. is this, unbelievable movie about what? It's about an alien who meets a kid, right? Well, it's not. E.T. is about divorce. E.T. is about a heartbroken, divorced, crippled family, and ultimately this kid who can't find his way. So that's the kind of stuff that, the investment of character, which is the stuff that really is inside the box. It's why when people do sequels or rip off movies, of a genre, they're ripping off the wrong thing. You're not supposed to rip off the shark or the monster. You got to rip off, if you're going to rip something off, rip off the character, rip off the stuff that matters. I mean, look inside yourself and figure out what is inside you, because ultimately, the mystery box is all of us. So there's that.
So Jack saw his dad, and Echo saw Yemi, and so on. Shannon saw Walt, who was not a. So the fact that Ben Linus could control the monster, and that the monster was in some way responsible for the whispers as well. So the idea is that the whispers, sometimes the actual ghosts of the island, was sometimes the monster. So season 1, the paradigm kind of got born. The flashback stories would be choices that they made in their lives where they made the wrong choice, something that they regret, and then the island would basically offer them some form of redemption.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you kind of are gleaning from this conversation is that we spend virtually all of our time discussing the character dynamics, and then the mythology is sort of like the frosting on the cake.
Will they make the same mistake, or will they evolve? Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And so that sort of fastidious attention to how we were going to break story, that gave it its sort of episodic structure. But now you see, this introduction to the Cave of Light and this explanation that this light is actually sort of representative of what we've used the phrase the island before, which is this is what must be protected. This is what people want. Maybe this is what the Dharma Initiative was after with all their drills. Maybe this is what Widmore wanted at some point. It's this light.
And then he makes actually a kind of a cool allusion to the idea that they were going to they're building some sort of system to harness the water and the light. So can we draw some conclusions that maybe there's almost sort of a circulatory system to this island?
The island itself is alive. There are references to that area of light as the heart of the island. So obviously, here's another moment in this episode where we get a little bit of a sense of the thinking behind that donkey wheel that first appeared back in the season 4 finale. Was actually the brainchild of none other than the Man in Black and his scientific
and his
peoples.
very smart people there, exactly.
A few words about Mother again here. One of the very interesting theories, which we are not going to confirm or deny here in this commentary, but is worth mentioning, is the idea that Mother is the smoke monster at this point in the game, because later we will see that apparently she has laid waste to the entire village.
Right.
And what an interesting theory that is, because one of the questions that keeps arising is, if Jacob's smoke monster was his brother, then who was the smoke monster before him?
What was that thing?
It's a security system.
Security system? What does that mean?
Its purpose is that of any security systems. To protect something.
Protect what?
The island.
Don't tell me what I can't do. Don't tell me what I can't do!
People are having a hard time deciding what to call Locke now. They don't know whether to call him the Loch Ness Monster, Smock, some people are calling him. I prefer Unlock, but we actually had this debate in the writer's room.
And we just call him Locke.
We just call him Locke.
I mean, he basically he's taken the place of Locke, but it's still Terry O'Quinn, and he still looks like Locke, so we just refer to him as Locke.
Right.
So.
Or the artist formerly known as Locke.
John is going to be a proxy, a substitute.
A substitute for who?
Jack, who do you think?
Say hello to my son.
Who's your son? This remind you of anything, Jack?
What?
Desmond? Going down into a hole in the ground? If there was a button down there to push, we could fight about whether or not to push it. Just like old times.
You're not John Locke. What are you?
I'm not a what, Ben. I'm a who.
You're the monster.
Let's not resort to name calling.
We do know that when it looks at you, it seems to be able to process certain memories that you may have had.
And some memories can become quite real.
Is the monster a manifestation of the island? We don't know.
Thought you were dead.
I am.
The idea of what is the island, and
the infamous cork scene.
Yeah, and he explains that it's a cork. And what was really cool about that for us is, for years and years and years, we've been sort of when we talk about what the island is, that's been sort of our metaphor, and that might not be all you get, but it is
a big chunk of it.
Yeah, it is our first sort of someone who actually knows what he's talking about is saying something.
I'm gonna destroy the island.
So I wanted there to be no red at all, so that the plane never had any red on the logo. No one wore any red clothes.
Well, shouldn't we save it till the light turns red?
If we see that light turn red and the battery's not already cold, that is the last thing we will ever see.
You ever play Operation?
Sure. Don't touch the sides.
I always got nailed on the funny bone.
I took out a bit of a life insurance policy, Ben.
Fail-safe.
He said Desmond was a failsafe.
Has there been an incursion on this station by the hostiles? If so, enter 7-7.
Nobody handles any of the gear in this station except me.
Yeah, right, Radzinski. Radzinski figured out how to fake a lockdown. Radzinski created this great invisible map.
My heart stops beating. Sends a little signal to the 500 pounds of C4 that I've got hardwired out there on the freighter.
Then what's gonna happen, Jack?
I'm gonna kill you. You like to play games, John?
How do you plan to do that?
Absolutely.
That's a surprise.
I just made a small incision in Ben's kidney sac. Now, if I don't stitch that back up in the next hour, he's dead.
Can I tell you a secret? If you unplug it, and then you plug it back in again, the candy just drops right down.
Is that right?
Yes, and it's technically legal.
So, once water is added to the bicarbonate, we will get our very own volcanic reaction. Yes?
Is that what happened to the volcano on this island?
Exactly, Annie, but that was a long time ago. Okay, let's get ourselves an eruption.
Cool.
Just add water and voila.